Thank you very much, Mutusi, and ladies and gentlemen of the media. Thank you for honoring our call. This morning, I visited Comrade PRAVIN GORDHAN in hospital after receiving information from his family that he has been hospitalized. Indeed, Comrade PG is currently in a critical condition and is receiving the necessary medical attention. He is surrounded by family and friends and comrades. We believe that the medical team is doing all that is necessary to give Comrade PRAVIN GORDHAN the best care possible, and we remain hopeful for his recovery. We have extended our heartfelt words of encouragement to the GORDHAN family, offering support during this difficult time. We call upon all members of the ANC, as well as South Africans at large, to keep Comrade PG and his family in their thoughts and prayers.
Speaking of prayers, PRAVIN GORDHAN has unfortunately passed away. May his soul rest in peace. But what this has brought to light is EFF is on fire. They have a lot to say, and let's get into it. So first of all, they put out this tweet on the X platform, and it says, the EFF notes the death of PRAVIN GORDHAN without any pretense of sorrow. His legacy is one of destruction and betrayal by leading the collapse of South Africa's state-owned enterprises. GORDHAN sold out our nation's assets to private interests, leaving workers and families to suffer. His greed fueled the collapse of Eskom, SAA, Transnet, and Denel, plunging the country into crisis. GORDHAN will be remembered as an unapologetic instrument of capitalism who left a trail of unemployment and poverty. He dies unpunished for his crimes, but the people will never forget the damage he caused. And they end it with the date, the 13th of September, 2024. Now, in true Twitter style, I ran, to the comment section to see what on earth did I just read and what do the people have to say in response. The first comment says, it's not exactly immoral to say something bad about the dead, though it's unusually in bad taste. Death is the ultimate weakness, so we respect that weakness by treating the memory of the dead with kindness. We restrain ourselves so as not to hurt anyone who is mourning the deceased, says This is Colbert. The next comment says, we move. Another comment says, it's not like he will be able to read this statement. Just be considerate to his family members at least. Another comment goes on to say, we will remember this insensitive tweet. Ooh. Let me know in the comment section, is this tweet warranted by the EFF? We do see here the ANC held a media conference rather, and they gave him his flowers while he was still alive, as the saying goes. But EFF said, we do not care, okay? We do not care. And we as the EFF note the death of PRAVIN GORDHAN without any sense of sorrow. Like, when I read this, that absolutely shocked me. If we continue in the comment section, it says, trust the EFF to never disappoint. Another comment says, we will remind you with the... Ooh. This comment says, we will remind you with your dead party. Another comment goes on to say, PG must have done something significant for the EFF to dislike him so intensely. That's a commendation. Now, the EFF didn't stop with this statement, okay? They had a full day of posting. This next comment goes on to say, this next post from the EFF goes on to say, the EFF rejects Cyril Ramaphosa's decision to grant PRAVIN GORDHAN an official funeral. It is an utter waste of state resources to offer such a tribute to a man whose commitment was never to the people of South Africa, but to the dismantling state assets and enriching himself and white monopoly capital. GORDHAN's legacy is marked by unprecedented load shedding, financial ruin of state enterprises, and a blatant disregard for the needs of ordinary South Africans. To honor him with the state funeral is to insult the countless lives damaged by his failures. South Africans deserve justice, not glorification of those who have betrayed us. Next comment goes to say, go to court and interdict. Exactly. We saw that with the Mandelas. I think it was Mandela's granddaughter around about this time last year. The aunt ran, to court and said, no, she will not be buried on the Mandela estate. So this is definitely a developing story. It looks like EFF. What is your next move? Are you just going to battle this out on Twitter, or are you actually going to take action? Let's read another one of their tweets. I'm telling you, EFF went all out, okay? They also did a statement on the signing of the Bella Bill. I'll definitely be doing a reaction to that, okay? So make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and share this video, and I'll be sure to add that video as well. Okay, so, see, I told you they continue. The next comment goes on to say, South African Airways was almost sold to the Takatso Consortium for an insulting 51 rand, a deal that stands as one of the most scandalous betrayals of our national assets. GORDHAN orchestrated this corrupt scheme, deliberately handing over a key public enterprise to private interests. This treacherous deal was designed in the shadows, avoiding public accountability, and its full extent remains hidden because GORDHAN, deeply embedded in corruption, consistently evaded accountability to South Africans. They didn't stop there. They now talk about Transnet. Transnet was deliberately dismantled. Once the pride of Africa, with over 22,000 kilometers of railway, 7,500 wagons, and 4,500 locomotives, moving over 200 million tons of goods, it has been reduced to a shell of its former self. This was not incompetence. It was sabotage, says the EFF. Today, Transnet bravely moves 50 million tons of goods, and the enterprise is drowning in corruption. Fraud charges of over 34 million hang over its former executives, proving that this destruction was a deliberate betrayal of South Africans' people and economy. Do you think they stopped there? No, EFF still has a lot to say now that PRAVIN GORDHAN has passed away. They go on to add as well, by 2023, under PRAVIN GORDHAN, load shedding had decimated township economies, with 60% of businesses forced to lay off workers and 7% collapsed entirely. This deliberate destruction of livelihoods was a direct result of GORDHAN's gross mismanagement of Eskom and his betrayal of the working class. His failures plunged our communities into darkness, both literally and economically. Wow. Let me see the comments on this one, because we all remember those load shedding days. This comment says, the man passed on. Can we bury the hatchet and move on and say goodbye? May his soul rest in perfect peace. EFF are mourning the death of PRAVIN in their own way. The best was to keep quiet. You don't have to comment on everything. Ooh. So let's go ahead. Let's see what else they dug up. Okay. Under a PRAVIN GORDHAN, they now have a hashtag, okay? And it says, well, this is what else the EFF had to say. Eskom, the nation's primary power utility, spent a staggering 64 billion rands spent a staggering 64 billion rands on diesel over the last 5 years in a desperate attempt to plug the electricity generation gap. Yet GORDHAN refused to disclose the details of the contracts with suppliers, keeping the public in the dark about whether South Africa was being charged competitive prices or being charged premiums to enrich white monopoly capital. And another tweet goes on to say, in 2023, the Minister of Public Enterprises defeated a court order demanding they protect hospitals, clinics, schools, and police stations from the brutal impacts of load shedding. This came in the wake of a tragic deaths in hospitals caused by power cuts. GORDHAN, however, turned a blind eye to the dire need for electricity in our schools, where children need light to learn, and in police stations, crucial for the safety of South Africans. Listen, it goes on and on and on. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the EFF rant, because they were not backing down anytime soon. They also go on and list an entire EFF statement on the death of It's a long statement. You know what? I'm going to do that one in a separate video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Comrade PRAVIN GORDHAN is a veteran of our liberation struggle, having played a pivotal role in the underground machinery of the African National Congress and the United Democratic Front in the former Natal region. His dedication to the cause of freedom and justice is a testament to his unwavering commitment to our movement. In addition to his remarkable contribution to the struggle for liberation, Comrade PG has served the people of South Africa with distinction in public service, particularly in his role as Commissioner of the South African Revenue Service, SARS, and as a cabinet minister in various roles where he carried himself with integrity and diligence. We take this opportunity to condemn in the strongest possible terms the cruelty of fake news spread on social media platforms where individuals are falsely declared dead while they are still alive. This insensitive and harmful action causes unnecessary pain and distress to families during already difficult times. It is only the family and the family of Comrade PRAVIN GORDHAN that has got the authority to make such pronouncements, and those by extension who are delegated by the family if any of such occurrences may happen. We urge the public to refrain from sharing unverified information and to show respect for the dignity and privacy of individuals and their families. This is not only applies to Comrade PG, but to all those who were even affected in the past. As we know, in the era of social media, this kind of fake news have been circulated in the past, affecting different families and causing distress. It is only families that can make such pronouncements. We further urge the public to disregard these baseless claims and to rely on verified sources for accurate information, and such sources on matters of that nature is the family. It is critical that we focus on his speedy recovery and factual reporting from credible sources and official statements, rather than being swayed by harmful misinformation.